Hello everybody, and welcome back to another unboxing video. Today we have the mfsq1. I've never actually touched a square one before, let alone solved one, so today is going to be an interesting day. I see we've got two bars that each stretch 180 degrees around the cube. That makes sense, that's why you turn it, I guess. But so you can't twist it unless it's along this axis. So basically there's two ways to do this. You can either move the slice at all times, or you can move the top and bottom. Okay, interesting. It shape shifts. And it's a WCA puzzle. Who would have thought that a WCA puzzle would shape shift? And hopefully this brings me back. Nice, okay. Turns pretty well. There's a corner cut. Not much reverse corner cutting. You have, oh, whoa, okay, never mind, I take that back. I guess it makes sense that there's not a lot of corner cutting, because it doesn't really know where to corner cut to, I guess. Okay, well, let's just mix it up. Not that I know how to mix it up. Okay, it bandages, too. Very cool. Yeah, I doubt I'm going to be able to solve this without a pen and paper. It kind of just becomes a little circle. That's cute. Oh, that was cool, I had all the stars up there. I like that. Yeah, honestly, this is a bit out of my pay grade, so. Well, let's try it until the Yushin timer clocks out, and then pick it up when I have enough energy to write down some algorithms and see what happens. Okay, so. Let's go ahead and just start building pieces, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to start building here. So we need the white and blue piece. Any white and blue piece. Okay, there's one down here. Let's bring it up to the top. Nice. Now we've got a white and blue piece. Let's move it into a position where we can... There we go. Okay, so now we've got a side. Or rather, we have a part of a side. Oh, is this backwards? Or is the bottom half just... I guess the bottom half needs to be the white side. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, so interesting. There's a lot of bandaging in this puzzle. I like bandaging, but it can get a bit of annoying, I guess. If you don't know what you're doing, which I definitely don't know what I'm doing. Great, look at that. I've got all except for these three pieces on the white side now. And I bet that's about as much as I'll be able to do, to tell you guys the truth. It's so interesting how they got this to work in like almost a circular geometry. Is it an octagon? No, it's even more than an octagon, right? It's, yeah, 3 pieces per side, I think? Which means 3 times 3, it's a nonagon. Yeah, I think it's a nonagon. Who the heck was thinking, like, a nonagon would be a fun geometry? Oh, it's more than a nonagon, it's 3 times 4. It's a dodecagon. That makes a lot more sense. I don't think anyone uses nonagons. Maybe I'll make a mod of a puzzle using a nonagon. Let's get it into a box shape first. That sounds like a good idea. Great, okay, so I made a box. I wonder if I can get the other thing to be a box. There we go, okay. I'm gonna call that a success. I did it before the Yushin timer timed out, so I knew I was getting close when I had the symmetry. Okay, so now that we got this box, I guess that we can just maintain the box structure always and try swapping pieces around. Because now hopefully the bandaging will occur less, and we can only do iterations of 2. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about how to conserve the box now that we have it. Oh, this is just not trivial. So the Yushin timer is approaching 10 minutes. In exactly 10 minutes it seems to turn off. So that's pretty cool. I get 10 minutes to solve these puzzles before it times out and tells me it's time to take a break. So I will take a break. I'm going to put this along with the other cubes that I have not solved yet, even though I've opened for you guys, and work on it another day. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a couple seconds. Okay, so I recorded this on Thanksgiving, as you can see, and I had a little intro saying oh, it's been 3 years and I don't know if I'm going to be able to solve this thing because I haven't solved it in 3 years because I'm afraid of it because it's so different than any other puzzle that I know. But in reality, it's there's just a lot of hype around it, and so I was just really stressed. And also, damn, I put it off way too late because all of a sudden it was the deadline. But so as you can see, I didn't really make any progress from the last time, but this was the closest I was getting, is that one piece up there that you can see that's the wrong color on the side. So I could get into the cube, but then I just couldn't get that last piece to be the correct color. And so, it was Thanksgiving. I was supposed to be with my family, so I did it again the morning after, and yes, I'm still wearing the same shirt. I did not get changed yet, mainly because I wanted to take a shower, but I also wanted to record, but I didn't want to waste a new shirt, you know what I mean? So I'm trying again, and basically what I did in the last thing there is I mixed it up again, just because I wanted to get a fresh start and practice getting into a cube. It took me a long time to get into a cube, but as you can see, I did it there. I don't know how long that took. Probably took way too long though. So continuing on, we get to this right here where I wait for it. Oh, well, give me a second. I'll tell you. So I did really good there. You see how I've got the entire green side and the red side on the white side there. I felt pretty good about that. Felt like a lot of progress, new progress. And then yeah. So the reason why I'm doing this, by the way, this overdub, because right now it's Sunday night, the 2 days before it comes out, is because of the fact that I recorded all of this on the laptop from 10 years ago. I don't remember. Either way, it's the laptop that I used to do all of my really shitty recordings for the Twisty Puddle videos 3 years ago. And so I just wanted to overdub this because apparently that thing doesn't record audio. But look, I made a really cool star. I felt cool about that because as you can see, I mixed it all up again. Just gonna try again. Each time I reset and mix it up, the goal is to solidify my algorithms that I'm making to turn it into a square again, because I haven't really gotten much further past just making it to a square. Part of me is hoping here that I'll just get lucky and when it becomes a square, it'll be done. But or what, not done, but the white will be all on one side, just like you see right there. However, if we look at the other side, it's not the correct shape, so therefore it's not actually as good as you would hope it to be. We're coming up on an hour into trying to solve this puzzle, and I've basically not done anything because I think anyone can probably get it into the shape of a square again. The square is kind of the default. It's honestly, it's if you just fuck around, often it'll go into a square naturally if you just kind of do random things. And that's kind of what I was doing. So either I got it back into a square, and as you can see, just one piece again was remaining, and I don't figure it out. I don't get past that one piece remaining. So I give up for the day, and I spent 8 hours in a car driving, and I was so fucking tired. So I had to drive halfway across the coast to get home. But either way, so I'm showing you how close I got those. One piece on each side, but as you can see, most of it's done. There's really just the 4 little pieces left there. And so it's time to break out the paper because this is today that this recording's from. and I don't have work tomorrow. There's only 2 days left, and I need to edit this and stuff. So like honestly, there was just not enough time left to really dilly-dally. So it was time to, first I wrote down the notation that I was going to be using for myself to like mark things out. I never ended up using that notation, or maybe I did a little, I don't remember, but in the end, it's honestly always easiest just to like understand what you're doing and memorize like the motions in your hands. So I started mapping out like what the cube looks like, and I came up with some cute little algorithm, which you'll see shortly. Currently, I was just trying to figure out what the algorithm actually did that I did. And so yeah, it went and flipped those pieces, and it flipped these pieces, and it also flipped two more pieces. Let's see, do I figure it out? There it is, that piece and that piece. And so I was doing like an 8-step thing to do that. Literally like 3 seconds later, I figured out that there was an easier way to do it that only required like 4 moves. And so that became my algorithm for flipping things. And it'll hopefully show in a little bit what that actually looks like. But I guess maybe not, because I did just scramble the whole puzzle. But it just basically like flips 2 top pieces with 2 bottom pieces on the puzzle that are parallel to each other. Currently what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out better ways to get into a cube from an unsolved or from a fully scrambled position. So I was just drawing down the shapes that I knew would get me back to a solved or to a cubical position. And so I'm getting back into the cube much faster now. You can see I keep scrambling in and getting back into the cube shape. And it's taking a lot less time than normal. And hey look, I have the whole entire white side. And on the other side, I have the whole entire yellow side, and it's a cube. So this is my first time actually getting that state, which was really exciting. Was not really expecting to get it so quickly. And so yeah, this is the effect of that algorithm that I was talking about, is it flips the top 2 with the bottom 2 there. And I was trying to use that to try and like rearrange the pieces left that I had to get it all done, and then I messed up something, and as you can see there was 1 piece left again. So that was pretty defeating, but I figured out that since I could just manipulate things and get from 1 to 0, I didn't have to re-scramble the whole cube. I could just manipulate it to go from having 1 piece left on the top and bottom to having 0 pieces left on the top and bottom, and only needing to do the sides. And so that algorithm that I just slowed down to show you guys was kind of the next algorithm that I created. It's like really clutch. It rotated things on the top. It actually did a corner inversion, and on the bottom it did a corner reflection. And so with that, I was actually able to get this close to solving it, which is like the top there needed to like be rotated in the centers, but I couldn't figure it out, so I managed to get it down to just these 2 pieces that you're seeing right here, and that was it. I could not do better. So after trying for a horrendously long amount of time, I just go ahead and well, you'll see. I made this little pinwheel thing to try and like reflect all of it and then reflect it all down to where it's supposed to be using that algorithm I made up, but that was completely useless. And so I decided to start scrambling it over from the start again and hoping that I can either get lucky and not have that little parody that you saw there where the 2 last pieces were like just in the wrong spot, or that I could think of something new. And so I got back into the cube position with everything on the right side, and at this point I started working on another algorithm. I had an idea for something I could do, which was very similar to what I was doing before, where I was doing the up, left, down, right motion that, like I said, like flipped corners on the top and edges on the bottom of the cube. And I realized that I could do that along the left side of a small triangle and the right side of the small triangle. And right now, I got really excited right there, which is why I threw the pen down, because I realized that I made a 3 cycle, whereas everything else I was doing was like a flip or a 2 cycle. Whereas in order to actually solve it, I needed a 3 cycle. And so here I'm just drawing down some combinations of things that like I thought might be able to get me from a 3 cycle to the end of the cube. And I couldn't really figure out from that parity position that I was having, so I decided to just scramble it again, really. And it's 4:30 right now. You'll notice all of the algorithms that I've been making have made it so much easier to actually get back into the cube position. So like 4:30 to 4:34, I'm back again. Still have a parity though, so I scramble it again and go back into it. And this time I'm trying to, while I'm like getting out of it, like maybe do a little bit better, but as you can see, there was another cube, and we massage it back into the way it's supposed to be, but it still didn't work out there. And so I'm just like fucking around trying to figure out if I can make it better, but no. I give up right there, and we scramble it again. From 450, now just 5 minutes to get back into a parity situation right after scrambling it again. So fast, which is good because of the fact that I'm basically just hoping to get lucky. And that's kind of all you need, because you know that it's a parity, it's like a 50-50 chance, so eventually it should work out. Now this is the part where I got super excited, because it looked like I only needed to 3 cycle the top and 3 cycle the bottom, which is the algorithm that I just made up that I thought was going to blow, like change everything, and hey look, it became the algorithm that saved me. And so we're coming up on 5 hours here, a lot of time spent thinking about this puzzle, but look, very soon it will be completed. And yeah, I didn't want to cut this out because I got so fucking excited, I was dying. And yeah, and so like definitely I think it's probably the hardest puzzle I've ever solved, which is either saying that all the puzzles I've solved have been easy or just that I'm not good at puzzles. I don't know. But either way, I gave a little review at the end of this as well, saying basically the puzzle is really fun, it turns really easily, it's a good puzzle, and if you want to get into something really hard, I think this is a great puzzle to try. I hope you have a good week. Yeah, I guess that's where I'll leave it off. Thank you for watching. Have a good week.